Hi, this video is a quick demonstration of how to use the online meeting rooms on the Mhlali Methodist website. We want to make this as easy as possible, and there are all kinds of quite powerful features that you can use to really make your group time very meaningful. And so I want to just demonstrate that first on a PC or a laptop, a big screen, and then afterwards I'll show you how it looks on a cell phone. So the first thing that you're going to do is on your computer you're going to open your browser, your internet browser. It could be Google Chrome or Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer. And then you go to the address bar at the top and you type umc.org.za, our website. When the site opens, go to the Connect menu, and the third option down is Online Rooms. Now the first time that you come to this page, it's going to ask for your name, which could be just your name, or if there are more than one of you who use the computer, or you might go into a group meeting together, you could put your surname or both names or whatever you like, but you won't be asked this again. Next time you come in, it'll put the same name in automatically. So there we go, my name has been picked up, and normally when you come back to the page, this is the screen that you will see. We choose a room now. It might be for a big event like a Sunday service or a youth meeting. It might be for a specific meeting, and we can add more pages to this all the time. That's really easy. Or it might be for a small group. If you were coming for a disciple course meeting, you click on that room and go into that space. But for this example, let's pick this one here, Visit Michael, and we enter the room. Also, the first time that you come to this page, the software is going to ask for permission to use your microphone and camera, which is very polite. It shouldn't just do that without checking with you first, but you can safely say allow, and if you don't do this now, you're going to find that people can't see you or hear you, which is a problem. So choose allow, and it won't ask you that question again. We're just about ready to enter now. You'll see it says there, click join meeting to enter the room, so we click there. And there we go. I'm now in this online space. It looks and feels a lot like Zoom without the 45-minute limit. But at the moment, I'm the only one in the meeting. It says so at the top there. So I'm going to enter the room again from my cell phone, and then you can see what it looks like to have more than one person in the room at the same time. So I'm going to go into the same web page on my browser, and then you will see how that looks. If you do try this at home, you may have sound issues because all kinds of feedback things can happen. So I've been careful to mute everything on my cell phone. There we go. Now you can see the image on the left labeled Michael 2 is the cell phone, and this is me on the desktop. A really important button to know about when you're working in these online spaces is this one here, this 4 squares at the bottom, and that toggles tile view. In other words, it switches between tile view and speaker view. So if I hit that switch now, it's going to show just one person speaking, and then all the other people who are in the room are just going to be showed along the side here. So the person who's currently speaking will be in large view, and the other people in the room will be on the side. Normally you want it in tile view. So if I click that button again, it shows all the people in the room on one screen at the same time. And I've been in a room with 12 or 13 people, and you can see all the faces and everybody interacting. So that's probably how you normally want it to be. On a cell phone, it's a little bit different. You have to go into this menu down here to find the toggle tile mode. But it's important that people are able to see all the faces, otherwise it makes the experience that much harder. Alright, at any stage we can turn our camera off or our microphone. And so if I push the camera button, you'll see one of the images will disappear. This is the one I've turned off, and you can see that little icon there says that the camera is off. And if I can also mute myself, so that and you'll see another little icon will appear there, the microphone with a line through it. Right, let's unmute and turn the camera back on. And there we go. I'm going to turn off this other picture here because it's probably a bit distracting. So let's go, I'm going to go on my phone, and you can see what it looks like when somebody leaves the room. They simply disappear. There we go. I'm back to being the only person in the room again. The way that the system works is that anybody who comes to that link can enter the room. So if you're concerned about security and you want to make sure that it's only you and one other person if you're having a conversation, or it's only your home group and you want to limit attendance in some way, what you can do is click on this yellow shield here, which allows you to set security options. And you can add a password. So we go and click add a password, and let's put in a password of 1234 and add. And now if anybody comes to the meeting room, they'll have to type in that password of 1234. So this really shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't have issues with people surprisingly entering your meeting. But if you want to make sure that only those who've been invited can come in, then the first person who gets into the room, or once anybody comes into the room, they can begin to set a password. You can't set a password in advance. So the first person comes in, they set the password as I showed you, and then the others coming in after that person have to type in the password, otherwise they can't get in. So that just provides you some security. You can then also go back and click on that shield and remove the password, and now anybody can come in through the front door on the website. When you have multiple people in the room, one important suggestion is to mute everybody else in the room when you're talking. Otherwise you get lots of background noise and there can be feedback issues. And so we found with a group of about a dozen that it's really helpful to mute the whole lot. And so you can do that by going through this menu here, those three dots, and you can say mute everyone. And what that'll do is turn off everybody else's microphone except the person who's clicked mute everyone. And then you wait. If other people want to speak, they signal that they would like to speak, they put their hand in the air, or they click this button here, which is a way of signaling that they want to speak. You watch what happens when you press that button. Up comes that little blue thing, and the person facilitating can see, oh, somebody over there wants to speak. And you can put your hand down again. And then, so you wait to see who wants to speak. That person then unmutes their mic and speaks, and you get a much more orderly gathering and much less background noise as well. So that's an important thing to know. Also in this menu you can manage your video quality. If you are finding that you're battling with the quality of the video signal is very jumpy, you might want to make it lower quality. So at the moment I'm on high definition here. You can go right down and reduce the quality of your image, but then at least you won't have bandwidth issues. It'll just make it better. So you can adjust that as you see fit. This feature here, blur my background, what it does is it hides everything in the back. I'll show you what it looks like, but you'll see that it's marked beta. It's a bit problematic and it slows up the signal terribly. What it's doing is hiding what's happening behind me, so you can't see the mess in my room, but it causes this kind of real slowness. So I would disable that and rather not play with that feature. Then something useful to do in a group setting is that you can share a YouTube video and everybody can sit together in your group, provided it's on YouTube. You can't use any other providers here, but you can watch a video together. So what I'm going to do is go to YouTube, and I'm going to go to the Mhlali Methodist Church channel, and we're going to fetch a video, fetch yesterday's service video, and let's take we're going to copy the URL from the address bar up here, copy, and then I'm going to go into that menu there and click share a YouTube video, paste it in, and what happens now is, let's just pause that for now so that I can still speak. All the people who are in your room will appear along the side like this, and the video takes center stage, and everybody can watch the video together. And in fact, you can talk and interact a bit, and you can pause and stop and start, and so it's very much like sitting in the lounge with a remote control. But we can play this, and did you notice that when I push play, it automatically muted it muted me. So people can't speak unless they come and unmute themselves. So let it play for a little bit. And now I can speak over the video, and we might have feedback issues when this happens, but it is possible to unmute yourself and interrupt what the person is saying on the video. Normally though, you would want to mute yourself. Alright, so you'll have to just experiment with that to get You'll have to just experiment with that a bit to get the feel of how it works, but at any stage you can go back to controlling your own camera feed, or you can put the video back up on the main screen, and when you're done with the video you go into the menu again and you click stop YouTube video, remove, and we're back to the previous screen. So that's really it for the online room feature using this software. Then one other thing we've added to allow your groups to meet and watch and be in a service together, or watch a video that the church is watching together, is to include this button here which says show umhlali.online.church. So on a Sunday morning when you go to this website, umhlali.online.church, at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and a video is automatically playing there, what this does is brings that video into this page. So if I click that button, you'll see up comes the what would be on the screen. So if you come back in a day and 9 hours time, the next installment of the Bible for Grown-ups will be playing here. And what it means is that your group can come and meet and sit and talk, and when the video starts, watch the video together and interact with each other without interfering with what's happening there. And it feels a bit more like a small group experience. Or you could even go to church with some friends. You could go and sit in the upper room here and watch what's happening down below. And so we're going to experiment with that a bit and see how it works out for people. But it just makes the online experience slightly richer. At any time you can hide this box as well, so it disappears. Last thing I want to show you is that there is a chat feature inside the Jitsi room, which is this big window here. If you click on that button, say for example you're having a problem with your microphone and you're trying to talk and none of the rest of the group can hear you, you might be able to send a message to the group by saying, my mic isn't working, and there's a potential you can have a text chat in the middle of this room if you ever need that. Or you could comment while a video was playing if you didn't want to actually speak out loud and say something like that, you know. That's the idea, and then you can close that again. So that's how it works. If you want to get your group to come into a meeting space, just send them to the website, into the connect menu, into the online rooms, and to make sure to pick the right room, and then off you go and give it a try and see how it works for you. When you are ready to leave the room, we click that red button there, and I think when you first click it, some kind of advert will come up on the screen advertising the company behind Jitsi, one of the corporate entities. I think something will come up on the screen. There we go. But you can close the window and we're done. Right, last thing I want to show you is how this will look on a cell phone. So I'm going to open the browser again, but this time shrink the screen down so that it looks like a cell phone screen, and type the same web address into the browser in your cell phone. And on a cell phone, the web menu will look different. You'll have this drop down menu here. You have to go and find the connect menu and online rooms. Now because we've already entered my name previously, it's remembered that. We can go into the same room and click enter room, And you're going to get given a choice at this stage. You can either use, there is an app that you can use on an iPhone or on Android. You can download the Jitsi app, and you're welcome to do that. It works very well. But the one occasion when you don't want to use the app is if you're going to be using that mhlali.online.church. You remember that link that opened up the page showing a live service. If you use the app, you won't be able to see that. So I've found that it's actually working just as well in the website, in the web browser. So instead of using the app, if you haven't installed the app yet, maybe just try launching in web. Or if you need to view something on mhlali.online.church, then choose that third option. So most times you can just click launch in web. And then it's going to take us into the meeting space again. Click join meeting to enter the room. And there we are. It's in a cell phone, and you can still watch the mhlali.online.church thing below. There it comes. And I'm not going to wait till it loads. Let's just hide it again. And then the screen looks slightly different. For example, your tile menu isn't available on the bottom here. You've got to go into the let me get in here. You've got to go into the menu there, those three dots, and you could say enter tile view, and it would show all the faces, or exit tile view, and it'll just show the person who's speaking. But all the same features are available here. Sharing a YouTube video. You can open a chat from inside this menu. You can raise your hand to say that you want to speak. Okay, so that's it. And really what we need to do is give it a try, for people to try it out. And if you're having any hassles, let me know. But I think we have the ability to have very decent discussions online, to see each other's faces and hear each other's voices. We're able to watch video content, either YouTube stuff which you can share in your group, or if we have material from another site like Vimeo. For example, the Andy Stanley course we're doing now is not available on YouTube. Then you can arrange with me, and you can tell me that our group is going to meet at 7:30 on Wednesday night, and I can put it on the Mhlali online site. And you would go into your group, and at 7:30 exactly, you could have this window open, and the video would start playing, and then your group can sit together and look at the video. So give it a try, and please let me know if you're battling. But I think there's real potential for us to continue to meet in a meaningful way during these strange times. And who knows, maybe when we're all back in regular services, we'll prefer this approach. Good luck with your groups.